Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. As you can see, I'm in a different location. That's because I'm back home in the beautiful Caribbean in the lovely island of Anguilla, where I was born and raised. I'm here because I'm spending time with my grandmother. Unfortunately, she is challenged with dementia. I say challenged because, I think that you can overcome things with the right mindset. And I think that although she has it, like, it doesn't mean that it has to get worse, Like, she has it, she has her good days and she has her bad days, but it doesn't mean that it has to get worse and things have to totally decline. So yeah, that's why I'm here, and it's really important for me to spend this time with my grandmother as she's much older now, and she has this challenge, and I haven't been on the island since 2019, and she lives in a home. She's not in her house where I'm at. This is the family house, and she raised me. I was raised by her from the time I was around, and this is what I was told, from the time I was 3 months old. I've been with her, and I was raised with her until I think I was either 18 or 19. I went off to college. I was there for 3.5 years. Came back and I lived with her for a few more years. So I think it's very important that I do spend time with her for everything that she's invested in me. Like, she's really tried her best to raise me well, and I think that she did a great job. And like, now it's like me spending this time with her is kind of like me repaying the favor. So I've been going to the home to see her every day, and it's just really important for me to spend that time with her because of all the energy that she put into me growing up. And yeah, like I said, it's just important to me. Before coming to the island, like, kind of had some mixed feelings because, like, it's a small island, everybody's familiar and stuff like that, and you kind of have your good experiences and your bad experiences. So I was like, I hope I have more good experiences than bad experiences, kind of way, like things that I don't want to experience. But so far, since I've been here, it's been going really, really well. Better than I could have ever imagined, to be honest. When I came, I stayed with my uncle, who is my mother's brother, and that might be the highlight of the trip. But yeah, it was so interesting to connect with my uncle because, like, I've never really been that close with him, and staying with him allowed me to see into his mindset and understand the kind of person that he is, and allowed us to build a bond. And like, we're in different stages in our lives, and he wants to impart some wisdom on me that would help me on my journey based on where I'm at now and the things that I want to accomplish. And he was telling me about people that I should listen to on YouTube. He referencing like Dan Payne. From the time he mentioned Dan Payne, I was like, yup, you speaking my language. We on the same vibe. Like, I listened to a lot of Dan Payne. He was talking about Dan Luck, minority mindset, Tony Robbins, Jim Rohn, and like, yeah, these are my people, you know what I'm saying? And it was really good to see that, like, he's on that same mindset, because they had no idea. I literally had no idea. I was looking forward to spending time with him and learning anything that I could learn, but it really turned out to be more than I anticipated, I could have ever expected. He was like really giving me some nuggets on how I can accomplish the things that I say I want to accomplish. And he was, because I asked him a question. I was asking him, like, I tell him, sometimes I just go, and I go in and I crash, and like, I hate the crash because I want to just continue going, and I know I can do it, and I'm trying to understand if he has the same block. And he's like, nah, he doesn't, and it's because of the way he was raised. And he was like, you wasn't raised like me, you were raised a bit softer, well, a lot softer, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, when he woke up every morning, he would go and he would have to lift buckets of water and stuff like that, go and plant like crops and stuff like that, tie the animals and do all that sort of hard labor, like first thing in the morning before he go school. And he was like, if he didn't go to do that stuff, he couldn't get anything to eat to go school. So like he just grew up knowing hard work, and hard work is like just part of his life. And I can see it. My uncle is very consistent. He's up every morning, up early. He gets something to eat, he prepares something for his wife, he prepares something for me. Then he's like listening to something positive, or he's just in his own thoughts, he's listening to the news. And then after that, we were having like these conversations before he go to work and stuff like that. But it was very consistent, and like I could tell like it was important for him to instill these things, to share what he's learned over the years with me, and I really appreciate it. You know, these things that are happening, I can see how I've manifested them. Though what's happening with my uncle, I didn't manifest that, but that's definitely part of what I needed. Like me staying by my uncle, that was definitely down to the universe, because that wasn't even like my first option. Like before reaching out to him, I had like 3 other options that I reached out to. 2 flaked, 1 didn't work out, and when I reached out to my uncle, he was like, yeah, come true. Like I reached out to him because he has apartments. I was like, I would rent one of your apartments, like if it's free. And he was like, nah, the apartments aren't free, but you can still come and live with me. You could come and live in a house. And I was like, you know, appreciate that, you know, because again, like I said, I didn't have that relationship with him growing up. So it was really good that he was like open arms and like, yeah, come stay with me for your quarantine or whatever, and let's chat it up. So did that, and like I say, I can see how this was aligned for me. Like nothing else worked, because this had to happen. You know what I'm saying? And it really has taught me a lot about myself and my origin, and why I have certain struggles that I have. You know, going to the gym and being consistent, that's stuff that I can't stop doing because I wasn't raised that way. So it's like now I'm building that mental fortitude, that strength, so that I can overcome hardships and just do what I'm supposed to do by building the discipline and moving through, passing through hard things. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely was supposed to stay with my uncle, and I can see how while I'm here, other things are manifesting like just crazy. I'm just seeing how things are happening for me quite effortlessly. And it's quite interesting because I'm aware of all this stuff, but it just hits different when you can see it happening and happening so quickly, and very specifically as well too. There are certain things that I've encountered since I've been here that I set intentions on, and they just appeared, and it's quite crazy. Like I can't explain it. I'll share one of them. So before coming here, I was like, I want to spend time with varying businessmen, like some that are quite super successful, some that are on their way, and some that were successful but aren't in the same position. And already, like since I came out, like the very first day that I came out of quarantine, had this conversation with this very successful young businessman here on the island, and like we never engaged before, ever. Like we never engaged before, and we started talking, and he just started giving me like everything. When I say giving me everything, like everything that I could have hoped for in terms of he giving me advice. Like he was just, you know, do this, focus on this is why I went through, this is how you overcome this. And it was like I was in shock. I even telling him like, this is crazy. Like I was like, you know, like I don't know what you're into or whatever, but I'm into like spirituality, and you know, like this is something that I put out there in the universe, and it's crazy how like it's just happening just like that. I'm talking about the very first day I came out of quarantine, and this was actually at like a night spot. And you know, like at a night spot, like there's like, depending on like how loud the music is, like you're hardly talking. Like if you're talking about something, it ain't like this type of stuff. It ain't like teaching somebody how to attain their goals and that kind of stuff, right? And I just found it so fascinating that like this was what I wanted, and it's just happening instantly, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know, I'm just gonna continue doing what I'm doing. I'm calling this trip my Rebirth because I can see how it is very vital for me. Like even me coming, and the first place that I stayed was in my mother's house. So where I was born, well, not where I was born, but like shortly after, you know, you born and then you go, you live with your parents and stuff like that. I went and I stayed with my uncle who lives like just behind the house that I was raised in. And like the conversations, like I said, the conversations that we had, like it was just so invaluable, you know, and so important. And then from there, now I'm in my family house with my grandmother where I was raised, and the things that I'm learning while I'm here, the things that I'm absorbing. I laugh because it's very interesting. It's very interesting seeing the difference between that uncle and my uncle here in this house, and just observing everything. I think that this trip was so necessary, and I'm just looking forward to everything else that's gonna come out of this trip. I think that when I go back to the UK, like I'm just gonna be operating from a different level. I mean, I'm already operating from a different level, but I think things are gonna be a lot different still, because there's a lot more clarity that will allow me to just push out, do more, work harder. And I'm looking forward to everything that's coming, and looking forward to the present moment right now and everything that I'm experiencing. So that's it for this video. I didn't really have it so planned out. I just wanted to record because I haven't recorded a video in maybe 2 or 3 weeks, so I definitely wanted to get the ball rolling again. And next week I'm gonna have something that's more planned and thought of. So yeah, we roll with it, right? Let's go. Alright guys, see you in the next video. Peace.